right, welcome back to the Drum Cave at the Music Village. Once again, I'm Chris, and let's talk about that 1-3-2-4 drum beat. So, there's the 1-3-2-4 drum beat. Everything else is pretty much an offshoot off of this one drum beat. I put it in my drum book. If you become a student of mine, you'll get a copy of that, the Groovesmith Method. And it's one of the first things in the section on drum beats in my book. And it's the basic thing, again, that all other drum beats kind of offshoot of. 2 and 4 on the snare drum, 1 and 3 on the bass drum. Remember when we did our single stroke roll, we practiced marching. We had 1 and 3 on our bass drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember I told you I had you practice that for a reason, because we needed our feet. Well, this is why. It's in this drum groove, and again, just about every other drum groove. 1 and 3 on the bass drum. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 and 3 on the bass drum. 2 and 4 is going to come on our snare drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And eighth notes on our hi-hat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now you may be thinking, oh geez, eighth notes on the hi-hat. That seems like an awful lot. But if you remember, we were practicing our single stroke roll. We were practicing 16th notes. 1 Eana, 2 Eana, 3 Eana, 4 Eana, 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 Eana, 2 Eana, 3 Eana, 4 Eana. You were already playing eighth notes with one hand, so you can do this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Remember, we're letting that stick bounce back up at us like a ball. Same here on the hi-hat. And that's going to help your hand not get so tired, right? If you were 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 chunking away, moving your whole arm, you would get tired really quickly. So this is where bouncing that stick like a ball is going to come in handy. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now let's break this down a little bit, okay? And then I'm going to show you how you can practice this with just a practice pad. So, breaking this down, because you're going to have problems. I almost guarantee it. You have to build up the coordination to play this. So, how are we going to break it down? There's a few different ways we can break it down. The first thing that you're probably going to have trouble with is getting that bass drum in there and getting it right. That's going to get you all confused. You got to remember, you need to lift before the 3, so you're coming down on the 1 and 3. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. If you notice my knee, if you can see it in the video, my knee is going up and down kind of on the and, right? It starts lifting and it's coming down on the 3. 1 and 1 and. So I'm lifting on the and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. I'm lifting that knee on the and so the foot comes down on the 1 and 3. So this is one way you can break it down. Just play 1 and 3 on the bass, 2 and 4 on the snare with the left hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Notice I'm counting the eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. I always like to count the highest note that I'm going to be playing. In this case, eighth notes. When we were playing the single stroke roll, I was counting 16th notes. 1 and up. Now I'm going to count 1 and. So, I'm always counting that in my head, so I have that constantly going. Eventually you won't have to do that. It's going to become second nature, but for right now, count in your head. That's always also going to help slow you down a little bit, right? Because you're only going to be able to say that so fast. So I want you to count out loud. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you practice just the right foot and the left hand, bass and snare. Now, the other way you can practice is play those eighth notes on our hi-hat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and practice that while you practice the bass drum. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Remember, we're lifting on the and, so we come down on the 1 and the 3. You can also leave out the bass drum. Practice just the hands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So those are the three different kind of ways you break this down, right? Just eliminate one of your limbs, because we're using three, right? Right now the left foot, we're not marching with it or anything. It's simply holding this hi-hat down. We're not going to tap it. We're not going to do anything with that left foot. So we're using three limbs. The right foot, the right hand, and the left hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So, now, let's combine the two things that we've got going. We've got that single stroke roll, and we've got our drum groove. We're going to combine them, but first I'm going to show you how to play that drum groove just on a practice pad. So if you have just a practice pad, remember, you can just tap your foot on the ground. You don't need a bass drum pedal. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and remember, flam just means both sticks hitting at the same time. Right? So we can do that all on a practice pad. Right? It's the same thing. So that's how you can practice that with just a practice pad. Now, combining the two gives you a drum fill and a drum groove, and you're ready to play a song. One quick thing to remember, playing that fill, that cymbal crash is actually the one of our drum groove. So most drum fills are one measure, 4 quarter notes. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 and 3. The cymbal crash at the end comes on the 1 of the next measure, which is actually the 1 of our drum groove. 1 and 2. That 1 right there was the cymbal crash. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. If you crash and then start 1, now you're off an eighth note. So just keep in mind that crash is the 1. there you have it, the 1-3-2-4 beat, even combined with our single stroke roll, a drum groove, a drum fill. You're ready to start playing a song. Good luck. Girls, you rock Michiana. Keep rocking Michiana, and hopefully we can see each other all in person next year. Be safe, stay healthy. One other thing, you can tune in and see my band do a live stream from Fridays by the Fountain. Get kind of a backstage pass. Mel's gonna show you me playing the drums back there. You can see how this applies to a band setting, and I'm sure she'll probably show you the guitar and bass and singer and all the other instruments that you might be interested in the band, but it'll be a nice little backstage experience at an actual gig. So stay safe, enjoy the virtual camp, support the Music Village. When we're open back up, sign up for lessons, and hopefully I'll see you then.